So I just wanted to talk briefly about Donald Trump's birthday. So I have the calendar printed out here just so we have a visual aid. And we can see Donald Trump's birthday is June 1946, the 14th. June 14th, 1946. And what's fascinating about that is that was a lunar eclipse. A total lunar eclipse happened on Donald Trump's birthday. And earlier that same day, when I was found out about the synchronicity that I'm going to be talking about, I was like looking at synonyms for Trump's name, and eclipse is a synonym of Trump. So it Trump, a Trump card, something that trumps is something that's higher than, is above, that supplants. So you have the Trump being better than or eclipsing something. So that is pretty fascinating that you have Donald Trump's birthday on the 14th, which is an eclipse day, and his name means eclipse. His last name means eclipse. And then just by Googling these things, I noticed as well, I saw a video where a person goes into the fact that Jason Voorhees' birthday is the 13th of June, 1946. So that would be the day before Donald Trump's birthday. But because of, if you follow sort of a logical cause, a logical chain, you would find that it's more logical actually that his birthday would be Friday, the 14th, June 1946, so Donald Trump's birthday. And that just feels kind of obvious because Jason would be born on a Friday, not on a Thursday. But if you go to the wikis and you look at all the information about Jason Voorhees' birthday, they always say June 1946, 13th. So what I think happened is that the people who wrote the stories just didn't really go back and have a clear look at the calendars, so we end up with this discrepancy. So in the first film, if you watch Friday the 13th, it starts June 13th. Let me see. I'll quickly have a look. I've got the movie right here. So in the movie itself, they don't even give us the year that the movie is set in. It just says June 13th, and then later on we see Jason's mother go, "It was his birthday."
Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
So we know that the 13th is Jason's birthday. And if we then look back at this calendar at 1946, the 13th falls on a Thursday. And then the way we know he was born in 1946 is in Jason Goes to Hell. A newscaster says, Jason born in 1946. So
born in 1946 to Elias and Pamela Voorhees, Jason was believed to have drowned in Camp Crystal Lake.
The wikis have drawn those two dates together. Obviously, the June 13th, 1946 would be a Thursday. But that just seems like clearly an oversight, and that Jason's birthday should have been on the 14th. Maybe another way, or a better way of saying it, is that they didn't intend for it to be June 14th, 1946, but that it resonates with June 14th, 1946 because of the fact that the Friday falls on that day and not the previous day, June 13th. Because obviously it would make more sense to have the movie titled Friday the 13th have Jason being born on a Friday the 13th. So perhaps picking a date like September of 1946 would have been better because the Friday does fall on the 13th on September 1946. Or maybe they just didn't intend for it to be connected to our world, and it's in its own world, and that's fine, but you still have the synchronicity between the next day being Donald Trump's birthday and resonating with it being the actual Friday of that week, June 13th, 1946. So, but then also just a fascinating synchronicity with that day being a full moon, and the full moon connecting with that film. Even like on the poster, you see the full moon for Friday the 13th. So it makes perfect sense. And then just also the synchronicity of me stumbling upon this cluster of synchronicities with the eclipse and with Jason and Donald Trump in the same week as a June the 13th, Friday the 13th. So just kind of perfect that we have that connection happening also. So happy Friday the 13th, and take care, everybody. I'll put a link to Math Easy Solutions video where I learned about this Donald Trump Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th connection in the description of this video. So if you like this video and you want to see exclusive content, follow me on Patreon where I post more videos and also do deep dives into the themes and philosophies of synchronicity and synchromysticism, and my take on that subject matter.